For my AEE project, I decided to go out of my comfort zone and learn more about crop rotation and better farm management techniques. The target audience for this was farmers between the ages of 30 and 60 who were mostly white and Hispanic. I was targeting this specific age group because in today's society there are not many young farmers. My overall call to action was, before you put it in the ground, you better take a look around. This meant that crop rotation is a crucial factor in keeping your upcoming crops alive. Not only do you need to worry about looking around at your soil, but you also need to make sure your farm management team knows what is going on too. Which leads to my overall opinion, which was without crop rotation and farm management, then you will not own or operate a successful farm. Here were my top 3 call to actions. The content throughout this project was chosen very carefully. I chose articles that were recently written and were good choices for a source, such as a .edu website rather than a .com website. Also, the articles chosen were specifically for crop rotation or farm management, with nothing else being included in them. For the decision process, I would leave out websites that talked about the cons of crop rotation since I was just focusing on the pros of it. I also tried to relate these articles back to my target audience by trying to get articles that had real-world scenarios in them. Also, by relating farm management back to successfully running businesses and the tasks they had to do in order to be a successful business as well. Being presented now are some of my sample posts from my social media. For my media projects, such as my podcast and video, I wanted them to relate to each other. I would use some of the same ideas but switch them up like how I talked. This way, if a listener heard it in the podcast and video, then it would definitely be stuck in their heads by now. I would also always include a different call to action. This way, people may react differently or like the one I said in this account better than a previous one they had heard. All of the forms of media would have the same ideas, but they would be presented in different ways. I would relate my social media to what I would be talking about in the podcast and videos as well. One thing I would do differently would be my video. Since I was at school, I was not able to go out and find a field of corn or soybeans to film myself in. This is because I'm in downtown Raleigh and those resources are not easy to find, and not knowing anyone down here with those resources too. However, I did include pictures of those items to try and get the agricultural background. Also, I should have filmed outside to make a better connection with the outdoor piece of the video. To make my website better, I should have included a hands-on experience of what crop rotation really is like. Trying to find a computer app or something that would let viewers choose what crops to rotate and what crops not to rotate. Also, giving the viewers better farm management skills like having them drag their top choice of best management practices to their least choice, and having them explain why they think this is the top choice and bottom choice of it. This would have worked well in my website because of the easy navigation system located in the top right corner. All they would have to do would be find what they wanted to do up top, click on it where they would then be located to do that activity or read more about the concepts. One company that I would like to share my information with would be Carolina Farm Credit. This is because this is no ordinary banking company, but it is an agricultural company that mostly all their customers are farmers. This is a local company to my hometown as well, so my information would spread after one person would hear about it. They would go out and tell another person, and then that person would go and do the same thing, and thereon and so forth. Not only is this bank in my hometown, but it is also spread across rural North Carolina from the mountains to the beach. With this company using my media, it would inform farmers of how they could do better with their crops, such as when they need to rotate their crops and better management skills if they are lacking those or just need to catch up on newer ideas being presented as well. This company can not only help to get your farm off the ground, but also expanding your farm as well.